Halo teman-teman, nama saya Brata Rafli. Jabatan saya adalah Commercial Director di PT Mandala Airlines. Alhamdulillah, I got a full scholarship from University, they call it University of Denver in Colorado. Yeah. Tapi at the time waktu itu mesti ngambil engineering, I thought to myself, you know what, my mom's not gonna pay for my school, ya kan? And then hey, Uncle Sam's gonna pay for my school. This is already good deals, right? And tapi at the time saya sendiri juga nggak tahu mau apa yang mau saya ambil. You know lah, pretty much setelah saya SMA tuh ngapain nggak pernah jelas gitu kan. So I stick around, tapi itu mesti ngambil electrical engineering, ya kan? So electrical engineering, I did it to graduate 96. At the time 96 tuh lagi pada booming tuh, Mas Doli, the IT, the startup, .coms and stuff, right? So setelah 96, I landed a job actually with I think several consulting, IT consulting, and at the end waktu itu saya ngambil, walaupun my background is electrical engineering, tapi yang booming itulah EE, the online business, right? Terus saya sempat jump into like some like a VC funding startups also, which I didn't put in. I moved around a lot, So I work about close to 10 years in US. I was a consulting. I moved to Buffalo and then come back to Denver, and then I work for a startup company that does a telco, like location-based services at the time. Zaman dulu location-based services belum ada. So we're actually the founder of a location-based services technology. I was employee number 10, And after that, after 10 years, I think it's due by family reasons. I think between my study times and then as well as my working times, it spanned about like a 15 somewhat years. Where I was telling my mom, sebenarnya saya mau balik dalam 4 tahun, Terus 15 tahun kemudian, So, I'm coming from a very strict and old-fashioned Padang's family, and then where I'm the oldest juga, Mas. Dan juga kebetulan waktu saya di sana, alhamdulillah beberapa adik-adik saya juga dapat scholarship gitu loh ke sana, dan gak ada yang balik gitu loh. Jadi jangan nunggu-nungguan nih siapa yang gitu kan. We're okay, kita lagi growing our experience, dan juga growing our establishment as ourselves kan di sana kan. Cuman saya lihatnya dari sisi family, karena waktu itu bapak ibu saya punya 5 anak, tapi habis itu nggak berasa soalnya 5 ada di state gitu kan. Jadi saya akhirnya I'm thinking, I see the opportunity. Waktu itu at one point saya ada project ke Indonesia, saya lihat the opportunity is here. Kenapa nggak kita bangun negara kita sendiri gitu kan? It's time for me to give back to mother country gitu. Jadi saya pikir juga saya karena ada dari keluarga juga, dan juga dari saya lihat opportunity jauh lebih besar untuk kenapa nggak kita putra bangsa seperti Mas Doli juga gitu kan, back to Indonesia gitu untuk grow our own country gitu. I think it's the next yang people keep telling BRIC, BRIC countries, that's the next emerging market country, Brazil, Russia, India, China. So a lot of people saying it's going to be BRICy, and then which is Indonesia the next thing, the next country juga untuk growth countries, ya kan. Jadi saya balik tahun 2004 2003, terus saya work for a French company, Intelco juga. Terus pindah ke Nortel, managing as a director for managing their new businesses, namanya CDMA, Mas Doli. At the time tuh CDMA technology itu lagi hot. Setelah itu saya pikir udah kan I work I think in a span of 12 years waktu itu. Saya mulai tahun umur 20 gitu ya. Saya juga pikir all my life actually I work nothing but the sales or marketing side of the IT, even though it's IT or technology company. Cuma saya nggak pernah ada business background, cuman dari kerjaan aja, dari praktikal aja, dari real world aja. Jadi saya thought to myself, maybe I should take an MBA lah. Soalnya it looks like I'm still gonna be in IT, tapi tetap I need to know from the books, from the books perspective, textbooks, sales and marketing itu kayak apa gitu kan. Jadi right before aku mau balik, rencananya mau ngambil masters gitu, ada a friend of mine bilang aja, bro, lo mau kerja nggak di company yang pretty known for the marketing, one of the best engine-nya mereka dalam marketing, and you can work here and you can actually get paid and you can get your pretty much pseudo MBA's degrees here. The company is called Microsoft. I think 4 years, started with marketing, actually running a marketing to, tapi balik-balik lagi karena saya memang nggak tahu ya, memang asalnya Padang kali ya, emang jadi ujungnya sales ya, jadi ditarik lagi ke sales gitu. Pandai dagang atau apa gitu ya. Jadi akhirnya saya ditarik lagi setelah setahun itu dan untuk managing corporate. Jadi untuk corporate accounts yang nggak bisa di-tap sama Microsoft. Dari situ ada beberapa achievement yang saya dapat sih, Mas Wadoli. Salah satunya adalah kita dengan 2 tahun, saya managing 2 tahun itu, kita manage Microsoft Indonesia jadi nomor 1 di dunia untuk top emerging market untuk Microsoft sendiri ya, dari 140 negara kan. Dan juga saya di-inducted sebagai Circle of Excellence. Circle of Excellence itu adalah the highest like a creme de la creme lah untuk all time, you know, dari 250 orang dari total 80.000 orang gitu loh untuk creme de la creme Microsoft gitu. So that's, you know, you got to hang out in Bill Gates and seeing him in the short span on the beach, you know, that's a highlight of my life. I mean, being a geek, right? To see your idol, you know. I mean, maybe not much to a lot of people, but it's a big thing for me, you know. Walaupun nggak dapat apa-apa, cuma dikasih terbang lagi, ngelihat ke Hawaii, terus suruh kerja lagi, suruh cari duit lagi, gitu kan.
So you met him? Have you seen?
Yeah, I met him. I met Ballmer. I met with Steve. Yeah. Dapat shake hands, so it's, you know, it's pretty much.
Good, yeah.
It's good for the geeks like me, and then they come back and then, you know, go sales again, go sell some more, you know. Jadi sebagai horses kan. Setelah itu akhirnya saya pindah beberapa kali position. Jadi they move me up, they move around just for them to see me untuk managing the stuff that unmanageable. Dan terakhir akhirnya setelah suksesin 2 tahun itu, mereka nanya, Brad, waktu itu sebelum saya mau ditarik ke Microsoft Global untuk my next move. Tapi akhirnya ada opportunity yang bos saya bilang, Brad, lo ngapain balik lagi gitu, lo kan udah bolak-balik trying to go back. I think your destiny is here. Why don't you manage this our side company yang di mana ngurusin online media. So at first I'm like, what is that? You know, online media. To begin, I don't know nothing about it. Online, what is that? It's a new breed or something like. Jadi saya nggak tahu sama sekali apa-apa. But the global says, you know what? You need to manage. I think you should manage this division namanya MSN. What the heck is that? You know, it's online. So jadi benar-benar beda. Jadi pertama dari corporate, dari telco jualan kayak itu, tiba-tiba you become media guys. Jadi harusnya selling to agencies, you know, dari jualan. Jadi my ego is a touch juga dari dulu sellingnya multi-million dollars business tuh $2,000-3,000 juga udah bagus gitu loh, you know. So dari sisi itu I was struggling at the moment, you know, untuk pindah site-nya. Jadi you dealing with media agencies, you know, you dealing with the marketing. Dulu ya dealingnya tuh sama CTO, CIOs, right? You're very comfortable. You dealing with the head of a company or even head of a country at the time gitu loh, waktu kita bawa Bill Gates ke Indonesia kan. Terus sekarang dealingnya sama anak-anak kerucil yang dealing online media yang dating they know it all, baru fresh grad kan. Ya kan, so you know how you guys come, where I'm coming from, right? Jadi ya udah, I'll struggle for 6 months, but I was able to grow MSN business to about like 350% year on year, so gitu. And it was good at the time, tapi MSN itu memang at the end of the day mau 350% juga untuk Microsoft sendiri is so huge, it's like a nick and dime, you know, it's like a lunch money for them, you know. At the time Microsoft Indonesia running about $200 million, and then I'm running about $600,000, you know. Mau growth 1,000 kali juga is not, you know, it doesn't make a dink, you know, ke Microsoft ya kan. Jadi I don't see in terms of jadi waktu itu Microsoft mau coba menjadi advertisement tuh Dolly, kalau pernah dengar, jadi mereka beli perusahaan namanya Aquantive. It's like the biggest purchase ya kan, yang akhirnya 3 years later they write it off, tax write off, a $3 billion loss. That's why all of a sudden this first time in the history that Microsoft stocks went down, right? Karena memang it didn't work. I just realized it, you know, a geek trying to tell media agency, the cool media agencies, you know, and nggak bakal bisa, you know. And I've lived in two worlds and understand it, you know. I was a geek and trying to understand agencies and how agencies work. It's tough, you know. So itu yang aku lihat. Jadi akhirnya there's a company, Brad, and so there's no support dari sama Microsoft itu kan. Jadi soalnya until you make a certain amount of money, then we'll give you some more money to support ya. Tapi 300% is not enough for Microsoft apparently. Jadi there's a company yang benernya life and blood mereka adalah online media. You know, there's a company that's like, Brad, we'll get you whatever you want, but this is you gotta make it. You know, because this is our last this is our lifeline. You know, is online media. The company is called Yahoo.